Let's now talk about for loops. I'm going to start with for each. But before I get to for each, I want to talk about something that's probably a little bit confusing at first. Because what we have here is a for loop within a for loop. I mean, if you think about what a wrangle is, what we're saying is that for each point or primitive or whatever we specify, runs some sort of code. And that right there is a for loop. So when we say for each within that wrangle, what we're saying is for each element of an array, such as this as an example, run some sort of code. And that's the main difference. The for each works on arrays, whereas our wrangle goes through each individual point or primitive. And that's how we're able to have a for loop within a for loop. The syntax looks like this. We have for each, we start with a variable, semicolon, and then we have the array that we're trying to go through. And then within curly brackets, we say do this. So the main mysterious part of this that might look unfamiliar is when we declare some sort of variable within this for each statement. And what's happening here is that on the first iteration of this loop, what's going to happen is that x will equal our first entry. So it'll equal 3. The next time this loop runs, x will then equal 4. And it's going to go through each one of these elements of an array until it's gone through all the elements. Now, the reason why we do this is because by setting x equal to each one of these elements of an array, this allows us to control what happens to each individual element. It allows us to create conditional statements that say if x is equal to one of these elements or something like that, you can say all kinds of things, then do something. So this x is really just a way of controlling how to enact this code. Let's check this out in Houdini and see what this looks like. To start things off, I have a vector array that's called colors. And there's 3 entries. We have red, which is 1, 0, 0, green, and blue. Now here's what I like to do. I want to go through each individual point and check whether or not it has the color red. If it does have the color red, then what I want to happen is I want this entry of the array to change to some sort of random color based off of the point number. So here's what that looks like. Let's create for each. We need to start off with a variable. So start off with the data type that is the same as the array that you're trying to go through. In this case, we want to say vector, because we created a vector array up here, and then some sort of variable to call it by. It can be this, it could be whatever you want to call it. So let's just say x, semicolon, and then after that, let's call our array name, which is colors. Within curly brackets, we then want to check if it finds this red color. So I'll say if, try that again, if x equals, and we need 2 equal signs because we're working with the conditional statements. So if x equals the color red, which is 1, 0, 0, then do some sort of code. So we are going to say if it equals red, then at colors, let's take our first entry, which is of index of 0, and set that equal to a set of values. We want to create a vector here. The first value is going to be a random function with our point number, and then let's add some kind of seed. So 1, 2, 3. The green is also going to be a random color of some kind based off of the point number with a different seed, like that. And then finally the same thing with blue. So at ptnum plus 1. And don't forget the semicolon at the very end. And I think I have one extra parentheses down here. So once we get rid of that and we go to our Geo spreadsheet, now as you can see, what has happened is that we've gone through each individual point. So the wrangle is going to go through let's say 0.0 to start. It's then going to run this code, which says, look at colors, this array colors, and do something. This x right here, which is what we specified up here as our variable, is going to be equal to each one of these entries every single time this runs. So at first, x is going to be equal to the first entry, and then it's going to be equal to the second and the third, and then it's complete for that particular point. And we said here, if it equals this value, then run this code, which created the random color. And that is exactly how you would go about doing that. And this is a good example of all kinds of different things. We have conditional statements, we have for each loops going on, we have arrays, and this is why it's kind of difficult to understand this stuff at first, because you really need to understand a lot of different things at the same time for this to all come together. But hopefully that gives you a good idea of how you would do something if now we want to create our CD and set it equal to, let's say, colors 0. There we go. Now we have random colors. But anyway, hopefully that helps you understand the for each loop a little bit better. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the full course at cgforge.com. Thanks for watching.